Sandy,
Chucky.
I thought you said you weren't going to look at me. You were going to look at the screen.
Okay, Chucky.
It's all right. We're still trying to figure out the correct camera angles here and everything. Anyway, we're very excited this week at the Venice Pulse offices. Why are we excited?
Because we broke the news. Well, actually, Charles did. He broke the news that a main water break. What was it that broke?
A massive sinkhole.
Oh, it was a massive sinkhole caused by a water break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happened on Venice Boulevard.
It was huge, and it looked like there had been an earthquake, and the cement opened up.
It did. So I was actually running to the post office and basically ran right past the street where the sinkhole had just appeared. So
And what went through your mind?
the first thing was, I should tell you because you'll get a story out of this. I wasn't thinking of us at all. And then I kind of walked up and saw the enormity of this hole in the middle of the road. So I got the camera out, started filming, and then put on my best, what do you call you correspondents who are out on the field?
Breaking news correspondents.
Yes.
Roving reporters.
I did that. And in my foolishness, of course, I crossed the line. I mean, at this point, there was only it was only LADWP there. There certainly wasn't any fire or policemen there. And they had put their do not cross lines up. But me, I crossed the line.
Shocking.
Yeah. And I actually walked up to the sinkhole before being told to be careful. And I thought, actually, yeah, they have a good point. If you go on to YouTube Shorts, the little video I posted is actually up there. And it's got hundreds of views, which isn't thousands.
But hundreds, which is better than...
Well, it's better than
ones.
Tens of views, which
but wait
other
a minute,
stuff has
what
been
were you going to do when you got up there?
Where?
To the hole. Where else?
Well, I was filming it. Basically. That's what I was doing.
No, but you said, what, did you want to film down in the hole? Like, look and see what was down there?
I just wanted to get closer. Had to get past that car, which in fact, I think you took some footage because the car was right on the edge of the hole. One of its tires was...
I mean, that car almost got swallowed up into that hole. It could have been really bad. But it happened at like 2:30 in the morning. So, and about...
Oh, did it happen there? Okay.
Yeah, it happened at 2:30 in the morning.
Because this was about 7:45.
Yeah. Someone heard like a big bang, and then I guess they looked outside and saw it, and so they called the DWP, or they didn't have water, or about 20 residents didn't have water.
Oh, okay.
For 48 hours. Well,
I don't know.
4 to 8. I don't know if the guy said 4 to 8 hours or 48 hours.
Who was the guy?
The DWP guy.
Yeah.
Who told me not to call it a sinkhole. Because that's not a term that the DWP like.
It's funny, actually. So I ran past it again today from a distance, and there were a bunch of other LADWP guys working on it. Now, when I ran past it 2 days ago and first saw it, there was a bunch of LADWP guys just standing there with their hands in their pockets looking at it. And I actually wondered, today, hold on, are these the guys from 2 days ago, or have they been replaced by like a super crew of sinkhole?
I don't know.
LADWP guys.
Maybe.
I don't know how it works.
The real story behind the sinkhole is that that's right next to a very important parking lot because it's right by the beach.
Okay.
That was on the brink of being turned into a massive housing development, low-income housing development.
Which, is this the Venice Dell project you're referring to?
It's called The Monster in the Medium.
Who've just been granted $42 million this week in funding?
I don't know. I just wish they'd
Hold on,
away.
So rewind a bit. So somebody, a famous politician...
No.
...was at the Sinkhole, and you took her photo.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's famous in our parts of town. Her name's Tracy Park. She's our city council woman, and she came and took a look and just shook her head and said, "This is exactly why we don't want them building in this area, because first of all, it's the infrastructure is really old." So we all think it's just a money grab of buying up that property cheap and then claiming, that
Because you said that she was on her way to somewhere and wanted
she
to
was
have a
on her
photo
way.
taken.
Yeah, she was on her way to a meeting to see if they were going to go through with building on that property.
Hold on, is this to do with the announcement I was reading today then of the 42 million
That's
funding?
a different location, but it's close. They shouldn't
still in Venice, though.
Yeah,
this
still
location.
in Venice. They still shouldn't be building housing where they're built. They're building it in a parking lot.
So, well, where are they going to build it?
In another parking lot.
Where's the other parking lot?
By the library, where the farmer's market was. Or
okay.
is.
So you're agreeable to them building?
No, I'm not agreeable to them building any more housing around the beach or around the canals, because it's corrupt. It has no wraparound services. It's just very political. And why, go build housing somewhere where there's more land. Give me a break.
Okay, so kind of related to this, an article came out this week that I was reading, and it was talking about the upcoming Olympics here. And I wasn't kind of aware to the extent that, and I guess I should be, because I mean, basically when Olympics come to these different cities, obviously you have millions or hundreds of thousands of tourists come for the Olympics, and they literally clean up the streets of the homeless people. Now, obviously, this is a hot issue here in Venice, here in LA, because there is, I think, something like 70,000 homeless people.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, so I gather in 1984, they basically shipped homeless people to what were known as detox centers.
And then
they literally sweep them off the land. Okay. Now, this also happened in 1980 in Moscow. It happened at the Rio de Janeiro Olympics. Goodness knows what must have happened in Beijing, because I'm sure stuff went on there as well. So anyway, this raises the question now, though. We're talking about housing.
Mm-hmm. Which is going to take forever to build this housing. It has nothing to do with helping homeless people.
So the question is, though, what is the solution? Because if we do not have the affordable housing for the homeless people... I know the solution. Go on.
Get rid of the toxic government.
Which government would that be?
Our government here in LA. Get rid of the mayor.
Yeah.
Get rid of people who are corrupt. They should have dealt with this homeless issue a long time ago, but they kept, just sweeping it from one street to the next.
Literally.
And all this money that's being spent. Anyway, we talked about that before.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it again. But I mean, as I say, it's
going to be weird.
It's ever going to be sorted out. But just to give you a quote here from good old Gavin Newsom, he says, "I've emphasized that our approach is to humanize, not criminalize. Encampment work is paired with shelter, services, and behavioral support." So,
blah, blah, blah.
Anyway, there's a chronic lack of affordable housing in LA. So the question is, what is Mayor Karen Bass's strategy?
I'm just going to say that there is a difference between a lack of affordable housing and the homeless crisis. Those are two very different issues. You have a lot of homeless people, most that live at the beach, who do not want to live inside. They don't want to live inside. They want the freedom. It's not black or white, but I don't know what's going to happen when the Olympics
Yeah, well,
done.
there's some definite issues going on there, isn't there?
But they're going to clean it up, make it look pretty.
Let's change the subject. They've arrested a man on suspicion of...
That was big.
Lighting the Palisades fires.
That was huge news. They found the person, 29-year-old Jonathan, I can't pronounce his last name.
Do you want to make an attempt?
No.
Is it his last name?
Yeah. You can say it.
I can say what?
His last name.
I don't know his name.
Well, I don't remember. I know that. How to pronounce it.
I know, though, that in your role as a roving investigative journalist, you actually...
It's French. He's from France. Okay, I just want to say, all the reports are saying Florida man. Okay, he's not from Florida. He lived there, but he's from France. He lived in Florida.
You went looking for him yesterday. You did some research.
Yep.
Just let the listeners know.
Yep, I went looking for him yesterday, and I think there's a lot about him that we still don't know.
Well, talking of his name, just so I can finish my kind of train of whatever I was saying, is you went to his kind of apartment building
in Hollywood,
which you thought might have been his apartment building, and you think it is his apartment building.
I know it is.
And then you went to the local LA fitness center next door or something.
The LA Fitness Center.
And they kind of knew him, but he had a slightly variation surname.
He shortened his name.
Okay, because it's difficult to pronounce. Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to find out his name, and for people who are watching on YouTube, I'll stick it up on the screen. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, it's really, really big news. But I think the bigger news is, why did the fire department not go back to that area when they knew that the winds were going to be really, really intense, like a week later? Because, you know, he started the fire January 1st in the early morning or the night before. And then I guess it was still, you know, flickering, smoldering underneath.
Okay.
I hope they don't just distract us all. When something like this happens, I always have to ask, why are we being so majorly distracted? What are we being distracted from? Is something going on? So...
Well, it seems pretty I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, but it seems pretty... I mean, got one guy. Well, I guess it only takes one spark or one flame or whatever. But this guy, they've literally managed to pinpoint all of that down to one guy lighting.
Yeah. But I mean,
a fire.
He's still guilty of doing that. You know, you don't go into nature and light a fire and think that it's okay.
It's pretty amazing, though, that they can track him down. You know, that they can figure out that it was him.
Well, there were rumors from the get-go that there had been fireworks there. That was the rumor. And that they didn't put out the fireworks properly. That was the rumor. And so we still don't know 100% what's going on. I don't know. I don't know if people feel any better. I don't know. All I know is that I was in that area today, and I just looked around, and it's just very
apocalyptic
surreal.
Still.
Well, I didn't drive deep into the Palisades, but
could you see burnt out houses there still?
You could see a lot. You could see construction.
Or is it okay? So a lot of it's been cleared away now.
Yeah, but it still is.
Did they ever figure out where they took all the stuff? I know that was a bit of a bugbear with you.
I don't know. Ultimately, I mean, they had it down by the beach.
Well, yeah, which was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, because that was going into the beach and then down here, which takes us all the way back to our first episode. I found out this guy's name anyway. I've looked online, so apologies. Rinder Necht. So it's Rinderknecht.
Jonathan Rinderknecht.
So I don't know if that's German
French.
or
it's
Eastern.
French.
It's French.
He is French. His family's from France. He was born in France.
Rinderknecht with Rinder and then Knecht. So a 29-year-old man. Okay, so he was arrested in Florida then.
He was arrested. They found him. He was arrested in Florida. So I think the big question now is, you know, I love firemen. I love, firemen because they're all cute. But the question is...
I didn't love them today because I was at Al's liquor market around the corner buying an avocado, and there were 6 of them in there buying their lunch. all in a line.
Why don't you say, "Can I cut?"
They all had their sandwich from the deli, and they had their chips, and they had their drink, and they had their 2 fire engines parked outside, and there was me standing behind them all with one.
Did you engage?
With one avocado.
Did you engage in conversation?
No, I was too busy looking at my phone.
See, I would have. Well, I would have engaged.
But you know what, though? This is a perfect segue into a completely other subject.
What?
Hello, Chuck here. Just a quick interruption. I wanted to say that the next section gets a little bit suggestive. So if you're listening with kids present, you might want to skip over this bit. Anyway, let's get back to it. Have you heard of and I'm blushing slightly when I say this because I know that both my mother and Sandy's mother watches this. And do you know what a rawdogging marathon is?
A rawdogging marathon?
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
No. And what does it have to do with my mom or your mom or blushing?
No, well. Okay, so do you...
Rawdogging.
Okay, you know what that is?
No.
Okay, well...
Is that like a sexual...
That's basically having sex, but without a condom. Okay? Right. But good old
Like my mom does not know what that means. And your mom doesn't know.
No, but listen, let me just keep speaking. Let me just keep speaking and where we can speak this one out.
Okay.
So I was reading this week that Gen Z have now... They do something called rawdogging marathons, which is nothing to do with sex at all. It's basically to do,
reckless?
and I made it, well, of course, being reckless. So the new definition is doing something without preparation or distraction. So, for example,
life.
Well, no, it's interesting you say that because it could be taking an exam without any preparation.
Well, that's dumb.
Yeah. I did that though when I was younger. You know. That's why I'm here now doing this. A marathon without any training, a long haul flight without any entertainment. So you just sit on the plane. Okay.
Okay. That's torture.
Also going out alone. Okay. So here's the
going out alone. No big deal.
Okay.
Sitting on a plane with nothing to do.
Yeah.
Except stare out the window.
Okay.
It's horrible.
Now, the reason I'm bringing this up, because you're wondering where I'm going with this, and this is where you're going to find this amusing.
Okay.
Is there's a TikTok influencer called Rowan. Right.
Okay.
And he calls himself a productivity influencer. Quote. Anyway, he basically is, I think he's on about, as we record this now, he's on about day 12. He's basically spending the next 30 days, an hour a day, rawdogging at home on his chair doing nothing, literally sitting there doing nothing. Now, let me finish. This is where this is very funny. He's filming himself for the whole hour, but then he's doing a time lapse with it condensed down to 30 seconds, which he's then posting to TikTok. So he's now getting thousands of views of people looking at his 1 hour in a space of 30 seconds, calling him an inspiration. Dear. So my question to you, Sandy, there is a question in this. My question to you, Sandy, is have Gen Z invented meditation? Because that's basically what this is. It's just sitting with yourself, isn't it? You know?
Well, I mean, good for him. I think everyone should do that, but not on a long airplane ride. Okay, so
it says here that one criticism leveled at rawdogging is that young people...
Raw dog, D-A-W-G, like dog, or D-O-G.
Okay, so an issue, right, is kids today, they're continuously looking at their phones, they're continuously gaming, they're continually doing all this.
Oh, they should raw dog.
Well, this is it. So us older generations, we actually had to tolerate we had to tolerate boredom.
Right.
You know. Now many scientists suggest that boredom is good for you. It's a critical stimulus learning thing.
Well, I think there's boredom versus addiction.
Yeah, well, to me, this basically is where we're on the realms of mindfulness, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's sort of mindfulness meditation, and all those kinds of things. Where is this? Okay, so then in my research, because we extensively researched this program, I looked up spirituality rawdogging.
You did?
Yes.
And it came up?
And it's the practice of severe self-discipline by forgoing comforts and external aids to experience life sensations more directly and unfiltered, aligning with traditions of self-denial found in many religions.
Don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, I don't like the word self-denial.
Well, I think what you don't like
at all.
Well, you don't like the word rawdogging, really, do you?
No, I don't
essentially,
mind.
Again, as like I said, essentially we're just talking about, sitting with, mindfulness, sitting with one's feelings.
What I like
but this is redefined. For the Gen Z generation.
Well, that's good. I like that they've redefined what raw dogging is, considering I didn't know what it meant. So I think that that's good. But I think when you're meditating though and being mindful, you should be relaxed, not cramped up somewhere, feeling sitting on a hard rock. In the beating sun. That is not pleasant. Yeah, well, I did look at Rowan on his TikTok site. Right, and what's he do? Where does he sit? He's just sitting in a big armchair, just kind of, it's time-lapse, so he's like this, but all of this is happening over the course of reinventing of an hour, mindfulness. But he's getting a lot of love on there. Well, I think maybe they should have something on TikTok where, like a timeout for everybody. Maybe everyone would do that. I think that could work. So talking of timeout, we're actually going to finish this episode. We're going to go raw dog. No, we're not. It's going to be quite the opposite. What we're actually going to do is you have to go and see your mum, which means you have to drive down the 405 south and that's going to take in the afternoon. 5 hours. So that's going to be... But I don't mind. You know why? What? Because I put on a podcast. Oh, there you go. Like a mindless podcast. Like a crime, not crime, but a con artist podcast. Oh, so there's a new place on Abbot Kinney. Oh, here we go. Yeah. And to my surprise, it is a little cafe. It's Japanese. I forgot what it's called. But it's right like between Venice and the first block. So the first block on the right-hand side on Abbot Kinney. And it's cute. Cute. Go in there and get a latte. It's a Japanese restaurant. Oh, you were telling me about this place. Yeah, it's a Japanese restaurant, but during the day you can go there and bring your computer and hang out and drink coffee. Do you know what? I'll find out what the name is and I'll put a link below for people listening or watching. Didn't you go there after the Sinkhole adventure earlier in the week? I went there. Yeah. I found it. And that was fun. Yeah. It wasn't the best latte I've ever had, but I would go back just because it had a nice vibe, Cool. So. Right. On that note, you need to get yourself in a nice, mindful space to sit on the 405. I do. For an hour or two. And I need to go and get myself a coffee. Yeah, go get a coffee. I will. And let's say goodbye. Bye. Bye.